Good morning and welcome back to mountain mode. It's been a while, but I'm back for this video and a special request video for a land-in at Matsaile. Matsaile is a really nice little village found along the Senku River here in Lesotho to the east, and we have a good friend of ours who helps us within the aviation sector here in Lesotho, Ntate Moloi. This is his home village, so he made a special request to get some footage of Matsaile, the area, and then of course the really nice landing at this runway. So I hope that you will enjoy it. Matsaile is a nice 6% or 5% upslope landing, so it's a really nice runway. It's kept in really good condition, so it's a nice gravel airstrip, just under 1,800 foot long, and found at about just over 6,000 foot altitude. So we'll be going overhead. First we fly over the village, then we go overhead the runway, take a look at the windsocks, and then get set up for a nice landing. Pretty much 90% of the time we're landing on 08, which is the uphill. So let's have a look what it looks like. So as we approach Matsaile, we're descending down to 7,100 foot. Let's just double check that. Yeah, 7,100. And I'm going to fly over the airstrip, take a look at the windsocks, make sure that the runway is clear, and then set up on our normal approach path for landing here. So as I approach, I can see a little bit of wind, and it'll most likely be a tailwind landing this morning. We can accept quite a bit of tailwind because this is a 5% upslope runway. So once we're down, the deceleration is really pretty quick. So we can take 10 or more knots of tailwind on the landing here. Much more than that, and we start to think about landing downhill on a 5%, which maybe you'd need about 15 knots of headwind for that. So below me is the windsocks, the runway, and a couple of airstrip workers on the runway there. Alright, so it looks clear. There's a couple of people there moving around, but they're getting clear. And as I come over, we're starting to set the aircraft up. So we've got mixture selector and aux pump is off. We expected probably 8 knots or so tailwind. And I'll accept up to probably 85 knots or so as a ground speed here. I could probably do a little more, but for now I'm going to accept 85 and just see what the conditions are like for that. So I'm going to fly into this bowl of a valley over here, just above the village of Matsaile. Keeping a look at the runway and just getting through my briefings over here. So my abort point is on a short final. It is an airborne abort point. Abort point is on a short final just before that little ridge. I will abort if approach is not stable with the approach of 60 plus 5 minus 2. Rate of descent 500 foot plus minus 200, or if anything enters the runway is reasons for abort. Alright, and we can kind of fly on the inside of this ridge ahead of me here, and then over the river, set up on a nice final approach for the landing here. I've got a key point of a 6,700 foot as I turn onto final, if my distance is kind of normally spaced. We're coming up for that key point check soon, and then my stabilized call is going to be at 6,300 foot or before. Alright, so we go ahead with our base checks, brakes and prop check, and my runway is off to my 9 o'clock here. I can feel a bit of tailwind here, push in, go ahead with final approach flaps selected, indicated and verified. Car flaps are closed, airstream one lasso was briefed. Alright, as I turn onto final approach here, we've got a nice, really nice view of the river, nice visual, 5% upslope there, coming up to my check here. Let's double check our criteria, and stabilized. Ground speed's 81, that's acceptable, runway's clear. Feels nice and smooth. And we just double check in our stabilized here, all good, and from here we are committed. So, a little deep as expected, just with that tailwind pushing us along, but like I say, we're good break in here and not a big problem.